Cheers, guys. Welcome back. Say hi to Frosty. It's that time of year. As the time of recording this video, we're about 2.5 weeks away from Christmas. Is it 2.5? Well, about 2 weeks now. And thus the Santa cap. But I went blue this year. I got lots of red. I got a red amp. I got red guitar chords. Usually I go red, but I didn't want to be, I didn't want to follow the crowd this year. So this is my attempt at being unique. So there you go, the blue Santa hat. All right, so we're taking a look at this killer intro, the lead guitar part and the riffs to the Testament track, Alone in the Dark. This came from the album The Legacy in 1987. And I remember when I first heard this album, it scared the crap out of me. I don't know why. There was just something kind of sinister about it. And it was faster and heavier. Even though I'd heard Metallica and Megadeth and Overkill and bands like that, Anthrax. I'd heard those bands obviously by the time I heard this album from Testament, but it just hit me in a way that just kind of. I remember I was at a party and somebody started playing this in their car cassette deck, and I was like, man, I love the guitars and stuff, but this stuff's giving me, this stuff's giving me the creeps. And I'm not sure what it was. It may have been the vocals and just the lyrics or whatever, but I've learned to really dig the Testament band, and in particular Alex Skolnick's guitar playing. I think this guy's a fantastic, underrated player that really should get a lot more credit when we start talking about the upper echelon of electric metal guitar players. This guy's obviously he's a great jazz player too now, very versatile, but just in the scope of rock and metal, I still don't think he gets his due. And this, this was a killer solo. It's got a little bit of sweet picking in there, but it's really melodic, well put together. Okay, so we're going to take a look at that in just a second. Before we do, if you're looking for the tab and Guitar Pro and the backing track for this, you can find a link to all of that at my Patreon page. There's a link in the description box. It'll take you right over there, and you can see what you need to do to download that stuff. Also, I've got a free gift for you guys. It's called 5 Blistering Licks to light up your fretboard. That stuff will really help you start getting around with your fingers, and some cool fast licks in the style of Van Halen, Randy Rhoads, George Lynch, etc., etc. All right, so this is standard tuning, and we when I reference this, usually what I'll do is I'll try to find live footage. I mean, if there's an artist that's actually demonstrating the solo, that's even better, because you can get all the nuances. But if not, then you try to find the live stuff, and a lot of times the live stuff is tuned down whole step or so now, which I think Testament's down a whole step. A lot of times because of the vocals. They're not in their 20s anymore, so the vocals age. Guitar playing, your fingers don't necessarily lose their range, right, like a vocalist would. But I referenced a couple different versions of this. They have an album called First Strike is Deadly, which is really an awesome album, and it's a re-recording of a lot of their classics. And you can hear Alex's jazz influences come through on that. And even in this solo on that album, he changes things up just a little bit. So, but what we're doing here is we're going right off of the Legacy original recording for this. And there's a few tricky bits, but let's just get right into it. It starts out, by the way, it's in the key of A minor. So the backing chords are A minor, or A power chord, functioning as A minor to an F. Same thing over and over. And then the riff comes in, and I'll show you the riff when we get there. But yeah, we're just in A minor here, so Alex is using A Aeolian mainly, and parts of the blues scale also, A blues scale, to solo over this bad boy. So it starts out right on the A note at the 14th fret. And he's also adding a note from harmonic minor in there too, which is really cool. We're playing 14 on the G, heavy vibrato there, and that's 12, 13 B, pick it, and then do a hammer pull from 12 to 13 back to 12. And then go back to 14 G, and then play 13 with your middle finger and slide that up to 14. And then re-pick it again and add vibrato, so you get this. And then repeat the lick. Here's the whole lick twice, just like it's played. Now the second time you're going to come over and grab 15 at the B string. First you want to bend it and then add the vibrato. And then what you're going to do, that's a whole step in, by the way. Then you're going to play 15, 13, 12 on the B string. And then 12 G, 14 on the D, sorry. And then 14 on the G. Okay, so all that together. Now, the sweep. The tricky part about this is it goes right from a sweep into an alternate picking run. Now, the run's not fast. It's just eighth notes, or it's actually triplets, eighth note triplets, I think. But it's still transitioning from the sweep picking into the alternate picking. Can be a little tricky. On the tab and the Guitar Pro, I have designated what the pick strokes are, but just in case you don't have that, what I'm doing is I'm just starting with a downstroke on the high E 17th fret, pull off to 12 on the high E. Now from here we're going to do an upstroke on 13 on the B. Upstroke, so this is like an up sweep. 13 B, 14 G, 14 on the D. So you're going to kind of want to roll your ring finger. So you don't hear that. You don't want that. Okay, now we're going to go from there. Still going up to fifth with an upstroke to the 15th fret on the A string. Now, here's where you're going to do a downstroke. 14, 12A. And then, so that's down, up. And then down on 15. Up on 13, down on 12 on the low E. So here's that transition from the sweep into the alternate picking. going to go back to 15 on the A and play 15, 14, 12. And then 15, 13, 12 on the low E. So all that together. And there's a little bit of muting going on there when you get down to the low part. You know what? I may have told you wrong on that. First time you go to the low E, now I can't remember what I said, so I better be clear here. Let's just revisit this. So high E, pull off, 17 to 12, 13 on the B, upstroke, 14 G, 14 G, 14 D, upstroke, 15 on the A, and then down on 14, A, up on 15, and then you're going to go 15, 12, not 15, 13, 12, the first time. So that's what that is. Like that. Okay, and then you go 15, 14, 12, 15, 13, 12. Sorry if I was confusing there. Here's what it is all together. And let's do it again. Here we go, one more time. Now when you get here, you're gonna transition over to the 10th fret and play this. This is the second part of the run. We're just climbing up the A minor scale here. We're going 10, 12, 13 on the low E, 10, 12, 14 on the A, 10 on the D, then back down 14, 12, 10 A, and then go 12, 10 on the E, and then you wind up on the 13th fret, which is an F note, and a low E, and that coincides with hitting an F power chord there. So he's kind of emphasizing the chord tones here when he's going through this. Hopefully that makes sense. I would encourage you to go get the tab in the Guitar Pro if you lost me at any point. That will help you clear things up. Okay, now second part of the solo. We're going to the 20th fret, B string. So you want to bend the 20th fret up a whole step, and then let it down slightly, and then raise it back up and pick it again. So actually, you pick it again, and then lower it a little bit. Raise it back up and then pick it again. So, okay, and then it's a very cool idea here. Again, kind of following the chord progression here, but 19th fret, high E, half step bend. Lower it, pull off to 17, and then go over to the 19th fret on the G string and bend that up a half step. Then pick that again, lower it, pull off to 17. And then back to 19, so it should be. And then 17, and we're gonna move back a little bit, but here's all that together. Fourteenth fret, G string. And this is the lick I played. I think think that, I don't know if it's 100% exactly what Alex played there or not, but this is the way I memorized it. Either way, it sounds great, and it's just an E minor arpeggio that's going to go into a couple more arpeggios here. So, and what you do is you play 15 on the B, pull off to 12 on the B, and then 12 on the G, 14 on the D, and then resolve it to 14 on the G. That's your A note. That's your root note. What I do is I pick down, pull off, and then I go up, down. Okay, so if you come out of this, there. Now we're going to end it like this. Sweep here. This is 15 on the D, 14 on the G, 13 on the B. And then we're going to do a little scale run here. So that's 12, 13, 15 on the high E. And then from there, you're going to slide up to 17. So, slide up to 17 with your pinky, pull off to 13. Play 15 on the B. And then we're going to do another slide from 17 to 19. Pull off to 15 and play 17 on the B. So, then to end this phrase, we're going to go 17, 19. 17, 19 on the high E and bend 19 up a half step. Release it. Pull off to 17. And then play 18 on the B string, which is an F chord, an F note over an F chord. So you see a lot of these cool arpeggio ideas. And I love that about Alex's playing, that it's not just minor scales and it's not just crazy sweeps. It's using these arpeggios in a really creative and melodic way. So there you go. That's the whole thing. And now what I'm going to do, I think I'll just play through the whole solo just slow for you once. Okay, so. Cool. So that's the solo, intro solo to Alone in the Dark. And now I'm just going to show you what the chords are. The little riff, it's really cool. Let me kill the delay for that. And basically you've got this riff that goes. There's a little octave part that I'll show you too, but that's it. It's an A power chord, E flat, which is first fret on the D, third fret on the G. Then we're going to do the same thing and then play a B flat, which is first fret on the A, third fret on the D. You could just play third fret on the on the D and G. Same idea. Back to the E flat. So the whole pattern was like this. That's just A, and then it's F, C, and that's mainly the whole riff there. Okay, and now the octave part goes. Octaves, what we're doing is we're playing 12th fret on the A, 14th fret G, and mute the D string in the middle. If you haven't done that before, just lay your the flesh of your index finger will mute that out if you just let it touch the D string there. Okay, so if you do that and you keep 2 frets in between, 12 and 14, and then you go 10, 8, 7, 10, 8, 7. We're just kind of following a scale here. And then we go 5, 3, 1. And that's just 5, 3, 1. And you play the 1 3 times, up to 3, back to 1, and then A, and then the F C transition. Okay, so slow, that should sound like this. There you go, and there you have it. First time, by the way, that I've ever covered Testament on this channel, so there's a lot of cool Testament stuff I could get to. I don't do a whole lot of thrash. It's not really my bag. I like some thrash bands like Overkill, Anthrax, Testament for sure, and of course the old school Metallica, Megadeth, you know, that kind of a thing. But I just, I just never went fully into that with my guitar playing. So, but I might break some stuff out here and there because I do like some of it. So there you go, guys. That is Alone in the Dark by Testament. Hope you enjoyed it. And make sure and grab the tab and the Guitar Pro down in the links and the free gift, 5 blistering licks. Don't forget about that. Get those blisters going. And I'll see you next time. Rock on.